All right, fellas, we're going to get into the Week 11 preview, but first, we do have some super chats to get through. First of all, Aiden says he's a new member. We appreciate you, Aiden. Thank you so much. Dennis says the Chicago kid said can't draft JJ and re-sign Darnold. Waste of a pick. Basically saying that their back was against the wall because they had already drafted JJ. It is interesting because we look at the sequence of how that all went down, and one bar. I kind of am misremembering how it all happened, but it felt like to me that the way preseason was going, that if JJ had not torn that meniscus, he might have been the week 1 starter last year, and we might not have even seen Sam Darnold and what he was capable of. Am I mistaken there? Am I remembering this wrong? Like, what was the sequence there?
I think it was closer than everybody thinks as far as Darnold getting the helm. I honestly think Darnold would have started the season as a starting quarterback, and they would have just saw how it went, assuming that maybe they're thinking, all right, this might just be a shit show. It'll be perfect. He does horrible. We put in the young guy. So in the best case scenario, he does great. So I think Darnold would have started that way. But, I mean, he's right. Like after the JJ, you're not signing Sam Darnold. It was never in the cards. It was never an option. That's why a lot of Vikings fans don't even feel bad about it or wishing Darnold. We're glad he's ripping it up because it really wasn't ever an option to bring him back at that much money.
Absolutely. And Jody came in with a regular chat and said that she's very happy about Dan Campbell's play calling, and she doubled down saying, how about the new doctor of offense play calling in Detroit as in MCDCOC. I don't even know. I don't even know what that is. But either way, yeah, I'm not going to say it. Go Lions. Well, we appreciate you, Jody. Thank you so much. It sounds like you are very happy with the play calling there. All right, we got one more sponsor to get through here. Let me make sure that I pull this up. We go here. We're going to share this. Hold up. All right. So listen, if you are playing any sort of daily fantasy sports, whether that is with Sleeper or somebody else, I highly recommend using RotoWire. Not only are they going to give you the best analysis week in and week out when it comes to your fantasy football team, but if you use promo code RTS, you're going to get 15% off, and they are going to give you the best analysis when it comes to making your daily fantasy sports picks. And how do they do that? Well, they do it through AI. You can go to Picks and Props, Daily Fantasy Sports Pick'em, choose the app that you rock with. Hopefully that's Sleeper. You click on that there, and then they are going to give you an algorithm, an AI algorithm, confidence level pulled directly from that individual website, all the props that they have, because we know that all of them are slightly different, and they will give you a confidence meter on each player's pick. So, for example, they got Judkins this week. They are the most confident that he is going to go more than 66.5 rushing yards. They are also very confident that Jameis Winston will not throw for more than 240.5 passing yards. And as you go through, you can see that meter gets a little bit smaller, which means the confidence level is not quite as high. So I would rock with them using the confidence meter. You can do so using promo code RTS. 15% off. Once again, link is in the description. All right, fellas, it is time to preview Week 11. Let's start with the Packers at the Giants, the Jameis Winston-led Giants. We know what's going on over there. One bar, let's start with you on this one. This is in the 1 p.m. Eastern time slot. Let me know who you think's going to win this one. Packers are a little bit weird. They lose to these teams that they shouldn't lose to. It's happened a couple times, the Browns and the Panthers. Is this another one of those weeks, or do they finally figure out how to beat some of the piss poor teams in the league? What's your score prediction?
Yeah, though, this is going to be weird. And the weirdest part is, like, Winston is starting. Like, the weirdness just is piling on. And it's a week after they fired their head coach. Like, you always see that. Like, are these guys going to come out firing for Mike Kafka? It's if I'm a Packers fan, it is a Giants, but I'm not feeling overly great. I'm feeling pretty good. I picked the Bears to kick the shit out of the Giants last week. I was wrong. It actually ended up being close, but the Packers got to win. Winston or not, I got the Packers. I actually have it close, 20-17. Selfishly, I just hope Jameis Winston makes it entertaining. I want him to see some crazy ass shit out of that guy, and I assume we will see that. But Packers win.
Okay, all right, I like it. Nick, who do you have winning this one, Packers or Giants?
It's in New York, right, Clayton?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, interim head coach Jameis Winston's going to go out there and make some crazy comments before the game, saying how excited he is, how grateful he is to play in New York. The Packers got to win this game, though. They can't come off a loss to the close game to the Eagles and then lose again, especially with how tight the NFC North is right now for the lead for the top. So I got them coming out hard, swinging. I got the Packers winning this one. Yeah, let's go 21-13. I think it's going to be a closer game than we expect because the Giants do play with a lot of grit. But yeah, I got the Packers have to win this game.
Man, the interim head coach thing is always interesting because there is a lot of times where that first week that team gets hot for no reason. Everybody plays their butt off, rally around the new guy, and it's like, oh, where has this been all season? Then they just fall off a cliff. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but a lot of times it does. So Clayton, there might be a live dog here in the Giants. I'm sure that you're confident, but maybe not overly confident. How do you see this one going down, brother?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a normal Green Bay Packers playing against a lesser opponent. It's going to be much closer than it needs to be, but it'll probably be under 7 points, I would imagine. The reality, though, is Green Bay has the 17th best scoring offense, and the Giants have the 25th best scoring offense. They've also got the worst rush defense in the league in terms of yards per carry allowed. They're allowing 5.5 yards per carry. They got a decent pass rush. And obviously, as I said just a second ago, the Packers passing game struggling a bit. I think they're going to press into the run. It ain't going to be a runaway 2-score win, but I think they'll probably win this one in a close one. I'm going to say 24-17 Packers. They rebound up there in Jersey.
Ooh, 24-17. All right. Well, we got a nice little division game in the 1 p.m. time slot. We got the Bears at the Vikings. This one's going to be a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to this one because this could be the difference in a playoff bid here late in the season. We'll see how this one plays out. Clayton, we're going to go right back to you since you don't have a dog in the fight. Curious to see how you have this one going. Bears at Vikings, 1 p.m. Eastern. What are your thoughts?
It's going to be a really, really interesting game because, again, I think KOC is a great head coach. I think he's going to be able to adjust. Chicago just keeps finding ways to win ball games. And some people just brush that to the side and say, oh, yeah, well, they got lucky again. How many times are you going to say they got lucky again before you realize, you know what, maybe this team's just figuring out how to win ball games, right? With that being said, though, Chicago, I think they are, let's see, Minnesota in terms of their ranking. What are they, 15 in points per play, and they're 20th in points per play allowed? Chicago's offense, guys, don't look now, 11th in points per play. Their offense is right on the brink of breaking in as a top 10 scoring offense. However, their defense, 29th, last I checked, in points per play allowed. I'm going to give the slight edge to Minnesota, it being in Minneapolis as well. We got to hear that annoying ass horn all day long, but I will.
It's beautiful.
It's going to be Minnesota 20-17. I think it's going to be one of those you look back at the end of the year and go, man, that was a fun game to watch.
Well, listen, they want me to dock Dion's pay for not showing up. I can do my best Dion impression. I can throw myself in the corner, get super close to the camera.
Run your hand. You got to have your hair done.
Yeah. I gotta. Yeah, the Floby thing. You're right. All right. I can't do a Dose impression. I love Dose. Something came up for Dose, so no big deal. But we'll definitely make some predictions on his behalf as well. All right, fellas, you guys are in this one. Huge game for both of these teams. I mean, this is not a must win, but for two teams that are fighting for playoffs, like this is one that you definitely want to have, especially in division. So One Bar, we'll start with you. Your Vikings are at home. You got the Bears coming in. You guys a couple weeks ago upset the Lions. I don't know why you can't beat the Bears here. Talk to me about this one. How do you see this one going down?
Well, I mean, we already beat the Bears in Chicago. And the best part, what a lot of people are forgetting is week one, we didn't have Christian Darrisaw, we didn't have Jordan Addison, and our best defender, Andrew Van Ginkel, was like out there with a bobblehead, like his neck wasn't even attached. So like I'm actually feeling pretty damn confident going into this game. And from the Viking standpoint, being at 4-5, like, I think this is more of a must win for the Bears. The Bears need this win. Going the 7-3 would be absolutely huge for them. For the Vikings, if they get the win, going the 5-5, it's like, all right, we're still just toying with our emotions right now because we got the Packers. I mean, it's a very tough schedule coming up, and the Bears have a very tough schedule coming up as well. So I think it's more of a must win for the Bears, but having Addison, having Darissa, Josh Oliver is going to be back. I think everything's, the stars are aligning for the Vikings. This is a great game to come to for the Vikings. Like, we need to get that offense. We need to right the ship there. And what better team to go against than the Bears, who defense, Nick, like you said, a lot of that is because of injuries, but this would be the week to get it back together. The Bears offense, yes, they're gonna do some damage. They're gonna put up some points, but also the Vikings defense are on back-to-back weeks of shutting down the run. If they can shut down the run against the Bears and put it in Caleb's hands, I'm down for that. I know Caleb is going to do some damage. I'm starting to become a Caleb fan myself, but I think they go back to it. I think JJ McCarthy, throw it 25 times, get Aaron Jones involved. Aaron Jones has been a bear killer throughout his career. I hope they remember that and give him the damn ball this week. I want 15 touches from Aaron Jones at a minimum, and run the ball and set JJ McCarthy up for success. Justin Jefferson coming off his worst game as a pro, hands down. I want this dude coming out fired the F up. We need some fire from Justin Jefferson. His first game, week 1, he didn't really do that much. I think he had like 40-some yards. Like, this is the week. Kevin O'Connell seems a little more pissed off than usual. He's usually, everything's sunshine and butterflies. He's getting a little ornery, and I hope he takes it out on the Bears this weekend. And, Bears, I like I said, I like their team. One thing on the Bears side, Colston Loveland, a little bit scared there. A little bit scared as far as Colston Loveland going against the Vikings. And like I said, Caleb Williams. But, the Bears, the Vikings kind of own them. They've won 8 of the last 9. We're the Bears' daddy. We're your daddy, Nick. Get to your room.
Well, at some point, Nick, you get old enough and the strength becomes the Suns and the torch will be passed. Is that going to happen this week? Do your Bears get it done, Nick, or are they still just not strong enough? Let me know, man.
Well, Wembar, you think you could come out here swinging your big skull? You think your horn's going to scare me? No, not too much. Not going to scare me at all, Wembar, because last time you won on a miracle by 3 points. You think you won by 3 billion points. You won by 3. Not that much. We're going to come into Minnesota, the place that Kevin Warren built, and go, wow, we're going to drop one on you, and we're a completely different team. I got the Bears winning this one 35-28. I still think it's going to be a very big shootout. That being said, that Ben Johnson knows what Brian Flores is bringing. This offense is a lot more confident. Caleb knows what he can do to win ball games. And this is a must win for Chicago. Like, no doubt about it. If the Bears can win this one and win it by more than 3 points, that means that the tiebreaker goes back to Chicago. If it ever came down to it, there's still a lot of football left. Let's be honest here. But we got to win this game to go to 7-3, because then the schedule just keeps getting tougher for the rest of the year. Bears need as many wins as possible and going into that final stretch. But Jesse, like you said, he's been the father. He's been our daddy for so long. But we're grown. We're getting up there. The torch has to get past one bar, and we're gonna take it this time. That's okay. We're gonna do it at your house. We're gonna win big. We're gonna win very big. That's what we do.
I'm sorry I said that. That actually seemed very creepy when you said as your daddy.
When it was
that's my fault.
Yeah, you
that's
like
my
probably
fault, man.
saying that one.
That's on me. That's on me.
They said I was on the Epstein files. Maybe it was you. They're trying to blame me like they always do.
All right, fellas. Every week I feel like I say this, but if you want primetime football, then you want NFC North football, because Sunday night, Lions at the Eagles, big time game. Dan Campbell, new play caller, offensive play caller. Here we go. Lions at Eagles. We know that Dose is going to pick the Lions to win, so we don't need him here for this prediction. But the rest of you, I am curious to see how you think this one goes down. One bar, I'm going to start with you on this one. Lions at Eagles, how do you see this one shaping out Sunday Night Football?
Man, in Philly, prime time at night. That is going to be one hell of a game. I mean, this could very well be the NFC Championship game preview. I mean, I very look forward to seeing Hurts bounce back. Like, I don't think he looked very good last week. I mean, that game was rough to watch. But it's perfect matchups. I love it. I want to see what the Lions do against this Eagles defensive line, the defensive line against interior offensive line of the Lions that actually has been playing better. But hey, Dan Campbell, he called a hell of a game last week. This is his moment. He goes out there and gets a dub here. And if he's calling the plays, I would be shocked. I got the Eagles winning though. I think it's gonna be close. I got 23-20.
All right, Nick, who do you have winning this one?
Whew. You know, we have this Philadelphia-Chicago alliance going right now where we're beating all of the teams that they need to have beaten, and they're doing that for us. So I got them still riding that, and I got the Eagles winning this one. Dose isn't here. He hasn't been very nice to me lately, so I'm not going to be nice back. I got the Bears winning, or the Eagles winning this one, taking down those kitty cats. They're going to crush them. They're going to do what they should have done to Green Bay, but Clayton, your team decided to only be by 3, just like One Bar's team did to us last time. It's a game of that much of a difference. Lions are going to lose. They're going to lose big. They're going to lose by 10. It's going to be 30-20.
I like how even when the Bears don't play, they're somehow winning the game. That's twice now.
We're always winning. Slip. All I do is win, Jesse. That's all you do. When you're me, that's all you do. Win, win, win.
Clayton, I got to get your opinion on this one. How do you see this one going down? You just saw the Eagles up close and personal. The Eagles were able to get it done. So it almost sounds like you weren't that impressed, to be honest with you. Are you impressed enough to pick the Eagles to beat the Detroit Lions?
I am. I actually am. And the numbers suggest that, really. I mean, it's going to come down to, prime time. Obviously, it's funny, Dan Campbell took over play calling, but they're 3rd in points per play on offense. The Detroit Lions are. It's like, what were y'all complaining about? Like you're scoring points, right? So you get the 3rd best offense going up against the 8th best scoring defense in Philly, right? And then of course you've got the 10th highest scoring offense in terms of points per play with Philly going up against the 15th in points per play allowed in Detroit. So it's going to be a close one, but I've got it Philly 24-21. People are going to look back and go, damn, Green Bay's defense is really that good, because Philly went out there and dropped 24 on Detroit like it wasn't nothing. So I think it's going to be Philly 24, Detroit 21.
Let's talk a little bit of sleeper, just for the sake of time. I made picks for the week, and I'm going to shout those out real quick. But you can get a 100% deposit match of up to $100 using promo code RTS. You also can get a free $20 play without even making a deposit using that same promo code. A link is pinned to the top of the description. This week's picks, one of them already in, and we're good to go because it was a free pick, and that's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. All he had to do was log a single stat. It didn't matter if it was a point, a rebound, or assist. We took our freebie there. We got Devon Achane, who's on an absolute heater against a bad Washington defense who has one of their best interior players that will be suspended during this game. We've got him on the anytime TD. We got Kyron Williams, who's 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but he's usually good for a touchdown. And we got Jalen Waddle at 5.5 receptions. We took the more there because who the hell else is Tua going to pass to? So those are the picks of the week. We'll see if we win. You can either tail us or you can fade us. That is completely up to you. But one thing I would recommend is using promo code RTS when you play Sleeper.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Catch the AFC East live every Monday at 7 p.m. and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. The AFC North Roundtable live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. The AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The NFC East Roundtable live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. The NFC West Roundtable live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. The NFC North Roundtable is at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, And the NFC South Roundtable is live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. And of course, Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network, covering all things NFL at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Real coverage, real fans.